This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
This season, let your shoes do the talking. Designer Shoe Warehouse is packed with fresh styles that speak to your whole vibe without saying a word. From cool sneakers that look good with everything, to easy sandals you'll want to wear on repeat, DSW has you covered. Find a shoe for every you from the brands you love, like Birkenstock, Nike, Adidas, New Balance, and more. Head to your DSW store or visit DSW.com today.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Last right away from Bowser and down the lane. Lays it up left-handed. Lays it home and is hacked in the act. So Gilgis Alexander not yet finishing touches, but moving in that direction, baby, with an and one.
D-Fox, Parker Fox at Parker Fox 24. Elite Basketball Mind Covenant's underway. It's 11:10. Good morning. Why are you still in town? And the reason I ask is you just finished college. You just finished college basketball. And like these... I mean, this comes from the father of a 22-year-old child in Colorado who just graduated. Graduate school probably is on the horizon, but not for a year or a year-ish. So therefore, she's working right now, but I was kind of the same thing with hers. Like, well, see, it's different because that job that she got in her criminology field kind of had to take it right now to get the certificate and help with things moving forward. But it's in living vicariously through her class load. Totally. And you with your class load from days gone by, but everything that goes into leaving your identity and moving on to a new identity, it's tough for kids, man. I got a lot of respect for that. Yeah. So it's like, with Coley, I was like, well, I mean, if you want to go somewhere for 10 days, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks or whatever, and just like stay in the mountains of Colorado for a little while at an Airbnb or whatever to clear your mind. That was not her preference. And maybe it's, maybe absence can make the heart grow fonder, or an empty mind could be the devil's playground. Totally. So it's like, well, I just finished this complete grind, which was unbelievable. And so now get into another grind, maybe, but then, then she in essence would have a lot of my gene being at her best when on the grind. Like all I know is grind. So therefore it takes me a little while to decompress and step away. So, like I'm saying, why are you here right now? You're a B, you're a type B like personality, easygoing, easy to get along with. I would imagine Taylor's the type A in the covenant. She is, yep. And so therefore chill for a little bit, man. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, it's a unique situation with Taylor, right? Went over to the Czech Republic, watched the World Championships, got to do that whole thing. But no, I'm trying to enjoy this summer for once in my life. At the Division I level, it's 8 weeks out of the summer, 6 hours a day. It's a full-time job. And
6 hours a day doing what?
Well, you're up in the morning doing rehab, and then you'll have a lift, and then you'll have a workout, and then you're doing, post, and then you got nutrition, you got training table, you got summer classes. So it's like it's a full 9 to 5 when it comes to Division I high major college basketball. So this is the first summer not having that, right? So it's like trying to discover what is next for me, and I don't
lake
have
places,
that.
Boats, golfing, just stuff like that.
A little bit of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Going to some concerts. Went to 2 concerts this weekend.
Wow.
Played some golf. The whole 9 yards.
Who'd you go see? Incubus?
I went to the Breakaway. Wasn't my kind of thing. We saw John Summit there, the DJ. Not kind of my forte. But
was that in St. Paul?
It was, Allianz Bank.
That's where my son was.
Yes, I'm sure he was.
Geez.
Yeah. So there's hundreds.
What was that like? There were a bunch of knucklehead kids there, right?
It's like a rave, man. It's like, have you ever been to one of them before?
A rave?
A rave, yeah.
There have been some Vikings games that have been incredibly exciting right down to the wire.
Sideline touchdown, unbelievable.
I don't think raves are for you.
I would consider the Buffalo game from 2022 to be of the rave
variety. 4th and 18? Is that the 4th and 18 game?
No, that goes back to when I think you might have been in middle school. Greenway messed up the entire season.
Oh, yeah.
Describe the rave. Is it like?
Well, it wasn't my thing. I'd never been to one before.
All over the place.
Yeah, so 2 stages, main stage and side stage, and John Summit was the headliner. So he's DJ. He's got the
He's no DJ Ski.
No DJ Ski. Shout out to DJ Ski, but it's got the lights. It's got the the fireworks. It's got the flames and
psychedelics.
Probably some
all over the place.
Rolling around. Yeah, there's a lot of smoke in the air from the people around you, but. Taylor signed with Allianz for one of her, hopeful, the Olympics, sponsors. So
she got paid to appear at a rave, which is the bomb if that's the case. Yeah,
we got the +1 tickets, so we had the guest pass and everything. So it was a lot of fun.
She's flying so fast right now, it's unbelievable.
She's flying so fast, yeah. So she actually, she's going all week long. So we hit that Saturday, and then we hit, my favorite band, Camp, yesterday.
Camp?
Yeah, folk band from Northeast Ohio.
Wow.
I'm into the folky, kind of granola kind of vibe. So actually discovered them in Telluride, Colorado, while playing volleyball with some randoms. So found them, and they were just they were at Surly Brewing yesterday, so we got to listen to Camp.
So you're telling me you were in Telluride, Colorado, playing volleyball with members of a band named Camp?
Yeah, that was last year. A couple years ago.
They were playing volleyball with you.
Yeah, they play out there.
Wow.
Yeah, so they played some music out there and everything, and then so Telluride's kind of been our place. So we're going back there in July. But no, like I said, just trying to enjoy the summer before I get into the next stage in life. So
we don't have any Camp in our voluminous iHeart musical system.
Come on, CAAMP, double A.
CAA.
That's my band right there. There you go, baby.
Oh, that was nice.
Oh, come on, man. I believe in you, baby.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Cut it short, baby. Cut it short.
I took Nordo's frown and turned it right upside down. You see, Nordo's in a tricky spot right now, and here's why. Because when we saw each other last week, Wednesday, with me having vocal maintenance days, Thursday and Friday, he was like being super kind, trying to starting race calling at Canterbury Park, KFAN, the chapel at Canterbury on Mondays, take some work during the course of the week. So he's like, let's take some reps off the announcer. How about when you come back Monday, I dust off something called Skol Stories. Pick one for Paulie. So he looks at the schedule, and I think we're going to start with the Bears today in about 20 minutes. And he goes back in time and finds plays from games and either quizzes me or we wax nostalgic about it.
I love it.
Well, until there's something with the game or the system or whatever where he's grinding on it right now with a scowl on his face. I think he regrets coming up with the idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Yeah, and then this is your week track music leader with the bumpers that the majority of us play. So then I play almost 19 seconds of Camp, which means then he's like, great, this is cool. Now I got to pull it out of the podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to get fined $37,000. It's going to come out of my paycheck.
I can't find the Bernard Berrien touchdown for Skol Stories, which I don't even want to do.
That folky kind of
nice.
banjo, guitar, harmonica.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Well, that's very smooth. Their transition bits with the two songs I've heard are fantastic.
See, I don't know how to play the guitar, but if I did,
15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah, Abbott's never had more conference calls than when I just need him to rip a highlight for me while I'm doing the show. Got a call, Nordo. Sorry, you're on your own.
What you just said.
That band sounds like it might be up my alley.
It might be.
Music.
Yeah,
I don't mind that.
It's phenomenal.
Okay, so your band lived up to the hype and you dug it? Did they remember you?
Yeah, no remembrance. We weren't close enough anyways. There's 5,000, whatever.
Bro, you're
people
6'8".
We
everybody there's 5'10".
When you're 6'8", you got to find a way to be polite about being at a concert. So we went side stage and got a good angle and made sure we were kind of out of the way enough. Yeah. But and then there's some other people that were tall kind of migrated towards us. So we kind of had the 6'5" and above section over stage left. So
well, except for the lead singer. I mean, the lead singer's like, "Hey, man, sorry about the season last year. Taylor, how you been?"
I always love
Hey,
that
good
one.
to see you.
There's some guys with
come up on stage and dance.
The Snapchat on their phone,
cover
put
some
up Go Frost. Yeah, right, exactly. Right. So we loved it. We had a great time. And,
that's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt.
Good for you, brother.
Yeah.
Now, lastly here. And it's I don't know why it's like surrogate kid comes in and I feel like unfurling the therapeutic Davenport of love. But it's just like the father in me. Last question on this is with a segue, all right, from identity to leaving identity, segueing to a different identity that's going to identify that part of your life.
Yeah.
So in other words, at your age, around your age, I wrote for a couple of newspapers in Southern California, the Pasadena Star-News, San Gabriel Valley Tribune, covering high school sports, horse racing, which got me into horse racing, and occasionally a California Angels game or a Lakers sidebar, stuff like that. But I didn't really ever have any desire to be a full-time, lifetime newspaper writer, but it was kind of a vital part of my career now that I look back when it comes to syntax and grammar and putting sentences together and vocabulary and stuff like that, 3-2. And that's where you are now.
Yeah.
So what's right in front of you may not be the next 40 or 50 years.
It's true.
But when you're in your mid-20s, looking at it, thinking, oh, wow, I really want to do this for the next 50, that could be daunting too. So the segue of starting a career out of college, is it stressful for you?
Yeah, I think anything that you care about is stressful, right? Like when you kind of are a person that, like myself, that I've tried to create a brand for who I am outside of basketball, right? Knowing that, hey, I might not be an NBA player. Yeah, I'm going to push towards that, and that's my goal. But there's some things, i.e. knee injuries and some other things that come along the path that don't kind of align you the way you maybe wanted to go. You gotta realize that the ball is going to start bouncing one day. And, you can push towards all those goals and all those aspirations and know that you're setting yourself up for something else. So I think that's a great question, PA. It's trying to figure out who you are. And I think that's what college does for you, right? Trying to figure out what you like to do, who you are. And I know that I have a lot of passion for this side, the radio, broadcast, analytical kind of side, but knowing that there might be other things out there too. So I think, with me, just always trying to keep fields open, form new connections, meet new people, and put myself in the best position to be successful. And also realize that, hey, I have a girlfriend that's at the top of her game, doing some really awesome things, and want to be able to be there and support her and go to the Olympics in February and go to different games and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm in a unique situation, but also the more I can kind of connect and get out and meet new people and come here and hang out with you and Nordo and do all this fun stuff. It's a blessing to me.
Okay, so you're putting the onus and subsequently the majority of the pressure on your next step.
Sheikh what?
On Abbott. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, saying that you love this, you want to do this, you are stressed, so it's impacting your mental health, and he needs to make a play soon.
Yeah, come on, Abbott, where you at?
That's what you're saying, right?
No, nothing like that.
I mean, are you going to threaten to co-host Noon to Whatever with Chad Hartman on WCCO?
Sheikh what?
I mean, is that the hammer that you have? You're going to lay down to
I got no sauce coming from the other direction. I got no sauce, but no, this is great, and I think it's all about kind of figuring out your next step. And both my parents are educators, right? So it was the same thing for 30 years, where it was this steady, hey, your summer's off, and then you you go to work and you're a teacher for 9 months. So for me, I think my path's going to be a little different than that, but I think that's fun and it's something that's unique and special to me.
The teaching piece, public or private, I would guess, and that's a separate conversation or a separate radio show in this day and age. But nevertheless, and I have no idea what teachers make. But it's I'm guessing. Okay, now this I probably shouldn't guess this because I'm just looking at one college graduation in Boulder, Colorado, and they wear different not tassels, but like
the cords.
The cords.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
The different colors. So in the psychology, criminology area, Coley's was blue and white, and now our friends in engineering, and they stand up, and that's like gold. I mean, it was in the teaching bit, whatever, education.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it was crickets.
I always love.
But it was like, seriously, there were 6,000 people on that field at Folsom Field graduating, and it wasn't close to 10%.
And that's sad, though.
Yes, that's how I saw it, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, education is such a beautiful way to shape people.
Totally.
But with the news cycle and what people hear and see, and then now you got Bill thinking he's Betty beating Bobby Sue in a race, and people are celebrating it, and people are kind of like, well, I'm going to back off that and just go into something else.
Not worth the time.
So that in my super tiny snapshot, it's clear that those getting into education, it has diminished. Do you see it that way?
Yeah, totally. And I think it's sad because it's such a vital part. Where are you sending your kids for 6, 7, 8 hours a day for 9 months? You know, they're with teachers, and their teachers are in a way raising these kids in some sort of way. You know, especially my dad is a K through 5 principal, so it's like he sees these kids grow up from kindergarten through 5th grade. Like what an important time to be establishing like your brain and learning and just kind of the rudimentary things that you're learning as a kid. So I don't know. This isn't a show to try to convince people to try to become educators and teachers, but I do think it's important, and it's a big part of my upbringing, having both of my parents kind of in that field. Yeah, and with you and present and around a lot during the summer. Totally.
And see, like my next door neighbor, now he's moved up the ranks. I think he might even be a principal, a vice principal, or a principal at a school that will go unnamed. Cotton John, my next door neighbor, one of my very best friends. And I've now lived in this place that I lived for 9-ish years. So Cotton and I and his families have gotten close. Well, when Cotton was a teacher, not going to say just a teacher, but a teacher before he moved up via the administration route. Well, I mean, it's like, we both live in houses that are, my house is now 47 years old. I think his is right around there. We don't have sprinkler systems.
Totally.
And we wouldn't put sprinkler systems in because we enjoyed the grind of watering, picking things and planting things and stuff like that. Until school was let out, and I'm coming to KFAN calling races at Canterbury, and my man's off every day in the summer.
I always love that.
I mean, just making his grass looks like it was straight from Toro.
That's that 3-month leg up, baby.
Holy cow!
That's why they do it, man.
So I mean, I don't know what they're making, and I would have guessed a majority of them are not making over $100,000 for like teaching at a certain level. But sometimes you can fill your pockets and empty your soul.
Yeah.
And that mid-May, June, July, back in mid-August or whatever, with no work and you're still getting paid?
Yeah, sounds
Tell
good.
me what's not the bomb about that.
Sounds good. Get to hang out with your kids, get to do some fun stuff. Minnesota summer, what's better than a Minnesota summer, right?
Keep your lawn great.
There you go.
You'd be the rave of the neighborhood.
There you go.
With your yard work and stuff like that.
I love it.
All right, let's. I want to chat about the NBA Finals.
Totally.
And we'll mix that in closing. But thank you very much for opening up with us, okay?
Of course.
NBA Finals 1-1. SGA went nuts last night. Indiana tried and tried. I love the try of the Pacers.
Oh, they play hard.
They're so gritty. No matter the circumstances, they don't panic or freak out when they're down 15. They just chip. It was too much last night.
Yeah.
Do you still like OKC in the series, and if so, why?
Yeah, I do like OKC, but I think this Indiana Pacers team, they're almost comfortable being down that 10-15. Like, hey, 6 minutes rolls around, and hey, we're still comfortable even though we're down 10, and we're going to find a way to win. And that's exactly what they did in game one. I don't know how much you watched. I don't know how much the listeners watched it, but
whole thing.
unbelievable basketball game.
I know.
The shot makeability down the stretch.
Yeah.
Just that.
Obi Toppin back at it.
Oh my goodness, wasn't he excellent? Just the ability to kind of not go away, which is hard, right? Like when things get tough and you're on the road and you don't really see an end in sight, it's easy to shut down. But that's not what the Pacers did in game 1. And now, Oklahoma City comes out in game 2 and they go on that 19-2 run in the second quarter and really fuel themselves through the rest of that game. It just became too much out of reach. I do still like the Thunder, but I think the Pacers, they found their formula in trying to win games. And I highlighted it on X after game 1, just the even scoring. I think it was like 14, 17, 19. Like, that's how this Pacers team is going to cut away and win, because we know Oklahoma City has to rely on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams, and maybe mix in a Chet Holmgren there. And if one of those guys isn't going, Indiana has a chance. If their formula is set with that even kind of scoring and they're getting everybody involved, I think Oklahoma City still has too much, but I'd love to see Indiana try to even that thing up and make it 2-2 going back to Oklahoma City for, force a game 5, 6, 7. I'd love to see more basketball.
Well, doesn't it feel like Indiana had to climb Everest to win game 1?
Oh, yeah.
I don't see OKC having to expend that type of energy, have to be that perfect to get their way through like game 2. And so, even after game 1, I'm still feeling it could still be OKC in 5.
Yeah, it definitely could. And I think that you're right, Nordo, that the bench that Oklahoma City kind of throws out, it does trump what the Pacers can throw out on their bench. Now they have a couple guys, the Pacers do that can come out, but you have to find ways to almost quiet guys like Caruso and Aaron Wiggins, some of these others, we always talk about the others coming off the bench, like a guy like Caruso just gives you this energy. Aaron Wiggins comes in and plays defense. Like, you got to find ways to quiet those guys. And I think it's too tall of a task.
If Shai ends up with the deal where if he's going to be like, I'm better than everybody else, which means I need to make more than everybody else. Well, now that's going to change the bit. That's going to change the narrative, because Jalen Williams is not, top of the heap superstar good, but with Shai and with that team, they need him. And then you got Chet. If they find a way to work the money with all three of them so that they don't necessarily scoop everything in egomaniacal-like fashion, and they keep that thing together, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck to the rest of the league for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah, and you can't forget what Shai's doing right now. He tied an NBA postseason record with 9 consecutive 30-point games. The last person to do that was none other than Wilt Chamberlain.
Wow.
So you talk about a guy that's playing pretty high level basketball. You add that on to he set an NBA record totaling 72 points in his first 2 finals games. That surpassed none other than the answer, Allen Iverson in 01. So Shai's playing at such a high level right now that you have to find ways to make it difficult on him, but it's seemingly like he's going to get 30 every single night. So it's one of those situations, PA, we talk about it with Jokic, right? Like, hey, this guy's going to get 30 to 35. Maybe we can't shut him down. We got to try to control the others. I think that's the situation. If you're the Indiana Pacers and you're thinking, how do we slow this team down? I don't think it starts with Shai. I think it starts with the others. You're
playing very fast right now. As you leave, I would head down to Abbott's office, bang on the Formica and say, I want a 3-year deal now or I'm never coming back. And then after that, respond to those LinkedIn requests.
Yeah, right.
Okay? It's a good day to respond to them.
Brush that out off, right?
You're playing really fast. Love you, bud.
Love you too.
That's Parker Fox at Parker Fox 24. He joins 9 to noon every Monday. That was our Steve's Appliances marathon segment. Steve'sAppliances.com. Hit shop deals if you want to save money, like on a GE front-loading white smart washing machine. You can save nearly $400 on that bad boy right now. Steve'sAppliances.com. Steve's Appliances.
Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/iHeart. Greenlight.com/iHeart.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Are you shopping for a new laptop while still trying to keep up with technology and AI? Talk about feeling burnt out. But no more. Lenovo.com makes it easier than ever to find the perfect PC. In fact, we'll break it down for you. Step 1. Shop our lineup of AI PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Because why deal with downloading new software when you can buy a smarter PC that already comes with all of the AI features and tools? Step 2. Find the one that fits your passion. Whether you're a creative genius, a research scientist, a hardcore gamer, or a future CEO, no dream is too big. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. You can keep up with your ideas as well as any challenges you may face. Step 3. Add to cart and purchase. Oh, if you're a college student or a teacher, make an education account through us and get 5% off your whole order. Shop now at Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
Doctors. Now, what kind of a fine mess have you gotten yourself into now, Pecan?
I don't know. I just had to manually jog through 2 hours and 34 minutes of old game audio to find a particular highlight. This throwaway bit, pick one for Paulie, Skol stories, whatever it is. The whole idea, PA, you've called 310, 320. I mean, it's a ridiculous number of games since 02. And we were at the Rube party last summer, and a couple of listeners introduced themselves. They're like, hey, it'd be cool if you guys did something super simple, like just kind of put it on a tee, pick one for Paulie, and see what he remembers about that game and maybe the aura around that season.
Right.
So it took me almost half the show to find this one particular highlight.
Right.
But I got
FEHA here, Fairness and Host Act.
Yeah.
This was not my idea. I don't mind the idea, specifically this time of the year. But Nordo, in the kindness of his heart, was thinking ahead Wednesday for a Monday, trying to take some reps off the ever-aging announcer. And it's like, how about if I dust off a Skol stories, a pick one for Paulie, and I'll pick a game from days gone by, and we'll do it during the spring and the summer up to the season, and we'll build up the schedule.
Yes.
So we'll start with Chicago. Well, then you got into it, and there was rigmarole, and I saw the what used to be ever-present scowl on the face of the con. But that scowl returned because this was that of tedium, wasn't it?
It was indeed, but that's okay. That's the listeners don't care about my tedium, and they should not.
Fair.
They should just appreciate 9 to noon, appreciate the football team.
What do you need from me?
Mandatory minicamp. I just need you to listen to this highlight and give me the aura that feels that you feel in your heart around a 6-5 Vikings team playing a 6-5 Bears team on a Sunday night, November 2008. And this highlight better freaking work.
On with this thing.
Goal from inside the Y.
Yes! Yes!
The Bears this year are 3 of 9 on 4th down.
Listen to that crowd.
Behind Kyle Orton, takes the snap, gives it to Matt Forte. Up the middle. He didn't get it! Great defense by the Vikings. They stop the Bears. The first and goal inside the line. Let's get some momentum in here now.
Keeps going.
You win games on offense, but you win championships on defense, and that's one of the most incredible.
Was he talking about Sam Bennett?
I've seen in a long time here, but maybe a dumb call there on behalf of the Bears offense, but that's the character of this defense. You let them off the hook with the big personal foul. You let them get inside the one on a missed tackle or a bad angle by Sharper, but then you rally to stop them 4 times inside the 1 yard line.
Now the Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 1. Adrian the
Didn't
single
have time
set.
to bleep that out.
Couple of tight ends, they're balanced. Farad takes the snap. He's back to pass out of the end zone. Fade left, man wide open. It's Berrien. Caught inside the 40, 30, 20, touchdown!
Wow.
A goal line stand turns into a 99-yard touchdown, and the Vikings have taken the lead.
08? Sunday night or Monday night football?
Sunday night football.
Yep, Berrien was on the left side. So Farad threw to the left side. He went streaking up the left sideline, then down the left sideline.
Yep.
And that was during a season they would make the playoffs and lose their first playoff game to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Indeed, that's the case. Needed that victory. Part of my reason I love that game, I had a buddy. I was at that game.
Wow.
And
Metrodome.
His dad had season tickets, and he had sold it to me. He's like, you wouldn't believe it. It's super cool. My dad lets me use the tickets anytime I want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't tell me. We show up. He had one of the obstructed view seats in the second level for like $20 a game per season. I did not get to see most of that play.
Wow.
Because I was behind a freaking pillar in the upper deck in Metrodome.
That wasn't a pillar. That was Parker Fox, who's 6'8".
Pick one for Paulie, a 99-yard touchdown. Now, I'm even going to go back farther, PA. I'm going to go back to the 2003 Minnesota Vikings.
Berrien in 09. Berrien was the key guy who was open when Favre went across the body to Tracy Porter.
Oh, no.
And he intercepted it, ran into Vikings or near Vikings territory, run down from behind by John Sullivan. And then he did the calf roping bit and looking at the Vikings bench to mimic Jared Allen. Bernard Berrien, as Favre ran out to the right, I believe he tried to force it to Sidney Rice. But I think Bernard Berrien, either Favre, run, get first down, or throw to Double B. I think if my memory is not failing me, I believe he was open.
Well, I do remember Berrien having a lost fumble in that game, too.
Yeah, I mean, they gave it away 5 times and still almost won.
You have a fumble. You have a fumble. Everyone has a freaking fumble. Well, in 03, speaking of antics, speaking of on-field parties.
Oh, it's not just one game?
No, I got a
total.
look through I got a total of 3.
Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm talking long thinking.
No, that's all good, man.
What else are you going to put in this 08 Bears game in a 6-5 team? But, go ahead.
I always try to have a 3-pack.
Down memory lane we go.
2003, PA, your second season calling Vikings football. If you remember about the 03 Vikings, what'd they do? They started out 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
They went into the bye week.
Yep.
And it was week 7 at home against the Denver Broncos. Just before half, this happened.
15 seconds to go in the first half. Make
Mo
it 14.
and Randy.
Clock's running. 3rd and 24. Dante takes the snap. A better pass protection scheme this time. Dante rolls out to the right. 5 seconds to go in the first half. Dante fires deep to the left. Moss caught it at the 11, but now he pitches it to Mo Williams. Touchdown!
You gotta be kidding me!
Uncle Joe.
The improvisation of Randy Moss would win him an Academy Award.
Uncle Joe, you gotta be kidding me. Yes, it was right in front of halftime and right by the tunnel, so the players could all run into the tunnel. And the play was to the left side, and it was unbelievable because they didn't plan it that way, obviously.
Right.
But Moss going no look Magic Johnson to Mo Williams, one of the most fun plays and unique plays that I've ever been a part of in my life.
Sadly, they would go from 6-0 to 6-4, losing, and ultimately 5 of their last 6.
It started at Jack Murphy Stadium against San Diego, I believe, right?
They lost to the Giants and Packers at home the next 2. And then they went on the road and lost to, got 42 dropped on them by Lieber's Chargers.
Yeah, you go to San Diego and then you come back and then you got to go out to Oakland to play the Raiders the next game. And in the Chargers game, the team lost to Doug Flutie, and it was the first touchdown of the Hall of Fame-ish career of Antonio Gates. There was this basketball player from Kent State trying to be a tight end. Everybody heard about him. Nobody knew anything about him. Caught a touchdown in that game, the first of his career. Next game, Mike Tice, the coach of the Vikings, guarantees victory over Oakland. Thinking nobody was going to hear it, Charles Woodson caught wind of it, ripped the bleep out of Tice and the team with the Friday media session into the Sunday game. Culpepper's first pass went to the left side. I believe corner Philip Buchanan jumped the route in front of Dwayne Bates.
Yeah.
And looked at the Vikings bench the entire run to the end zone, either with one finger in the air or pointing at Tice, something like that.
Less than one freaky minute in the game. That Chargers game, by the way, Lieber had 6 tackles.
Wow.
And a TFL.
Uh-huh.
Baby Lieber.
Right.
And then ultimately it would be it would be Sun Devil Stadium to end that one. My final quick bit for you here. Yep. And this is more just, I know he's no longer our coach, but you got to respect a decision that this coach made on this day in 2015 at the College Stadium against the St. Louis Rams.
It's a 40-yard try left hash to make the Rams 4-4 and kick the Vikings to 6-2 and an undefeated record at home. Snap spot. Right-footed Walsh kick is up, and it is good! The Vikings have walked off winners and have won 4 consecutive games. They're undefeated at home, and at the season's midway point, your Minnesota Vikings are 6-2.
Now, going into overtime, I believe the head coach of the Vikings, Mike Zimmer, won the toss. Mm-hmm. Vikings had the opportunity to choose what to do.
Yeah.
What did he ultimately choose to do?
He deferred and had the Rams go into a wind that gusted at 60. It was 60-ish.
It was crazy
40
wind that
to
day.
60 with the gusts and like 20, 25 on average. And it was one of the greatest, most elite in-game decisions I've ever seen in my life. To have the fortitude and the courage to give the ball up, knowing if they go down and score a touchdown, you just gave them the game. But he played the wind, and he was right. Brilliant, brilliant move.
So let's pick a few for Paulie on a Monday morning, 9 to noon, some Skol stories.
Final segment up to the program's around the corner. You're listening to The Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled smart engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Hey, everybody. So when you get asked, what is Odoo, what comes to mind? Well, I'll tell you, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a suite of business management software that some people say is like fertilizer because of the way it promotes growth. But, you know, some people also say that Odoo is like a magic beanstalk because it grows with your company and is also magically affordable.
Ooh. But then again, you could look at Odoo in terms of how its individual software programs are a lot like building blocks. Whatever your business needs, manufacturing, accounting, HR programs, you can build a custom software suite that's perfect for your company. So what is Odoo? Well, Odoo is a bit of everything. Odoo is a fertilizer, magic beanstalk, building blocks for business. Yeah, that's it.
Which means that Odoo is exactly what every business needs. Learn more and sign up now at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
There's a moment every parent remembers. The day their child takes off on 2 wheels. With Guardian Bikes, that moment comes as early as 2 years old, and with less stress and frustration. These bikes are built just for kids. Lightweight frames, low center of gravity, easy-to-use brakes. Everything about Guardian is designed to help kids ride confidently, often in just one day, no training wheels needed. And because Guardian bikes are designed and assembled right here in the USA, you know they're built to last. With care in every detail. Their patented Sure Stop braking system stops both wheels with a single lever, helping your child stop safely without tripping forward or losing control. Right now, save hundreds when comparing Guardian to its competitors at GuardianBikes.com and get a free lock and pump when you join their newsletter, a $50 value. Visit GuardianBikes.com today to save and help your child learn an essential life skill safely. Guardian Bikes, built for your kid and for the memories you'll never forget.
I can't wait. Well, we thank you very much for listening to us today, and we're back at it tomorrow when we rise and shine at 9 for a Talker Tuesday at FM 100.3 KFAN. I'm Paul Allen. It's time for Mad Producer with the mad skills on the microphone. He's an icon with the mic on, and he's going to put a rap on the show. Bye-bye.
Just listen.
The game is over. Monday morning, never the doom and gloom. Power trip ends, gotta disinfect the room. Clipping penalties from Abbott, one can always assume. Hot takes from Micheletti like flowers full bloom. Worried to pay Kirill? Listener base, much less than ever were they thrilled. Feel free to take it deep, not opposed to getting killed. Just get Tage Thompson, send Leopold the bill. Pure will on display in the hunt for the cup. Sitting here like, well, we can't just blow it up. Gotta get something on the wall in St. Paul to stick and hit on like our next 10 draft picks. And it's the Wolves, different league, same topics. It feels sometime like we're getting a bit myopic. Feeling the felt today and L's at the track. Few doubles in the bank. I'm back! You know how reporters and columnists are. They want the controversy. They want the negativity.
Podcast today's Paul Allen Show or listen back to previous show and interviews by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
Okay, have you heard about this? Last year, Degree changed the formula for their Cool Rush deodorant. Their fans rebelled and wanted the old scent back. And Degree listened. That doesn't happen often.
They admitted that they effed up and are bringing the original Cool Rush scent back. And it's exactly how you remember it. Cool, crisp, and fresh. There's a reason it's the #1 men's antiperspirant, and it's back in Walmart, Target, and other stores for under $4.
So try it and see what the fuss is about. Head to your local stores to try the OG Cool Rush for yourself.
Are you still quoting 30-year-old movies? Have you said cool beans in the past 90 days? Do you think Discover isn't widely accepted? If this sounds like you, you're stuck in the past. Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. And every time you make a purchase with your card, you automatically earn cash back. Welcome to the now. It pays to Discover. Learn more at discover.com/creditcard, based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
With depression, it feels like every day you're just going through the motions. I wanted something that could help me feel better fast and that also lasts. That's when my doctor told me about Auvelity.
In a study, Auvelity started working for some as early as 1 week, with significant improvements seen on average at 6 weeks compared to placebo.
Auvelity is helping me to feel more like myself. I'm glad I talked to my doctor about Auvelity.
Auvelity is a prescription medicine for adults with major depressive disorder, MDD. Auvelity is not approved for children under 18. Auvelity may increase suicidal thoughts and actions in young adults. Tell your doctor about sudden changes to mood, thoughts, or behavior. Do not take Auvelity if you have a history of seizure, eating disorder, or have abruptly stopped drinking alcohol or taking benzodiazepines, barbiturates, or anti-seizure medicine. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Do not take if you are allergic to dextromethorphan, ibuprofen, bupropion, or any of the ingredients in Auvelity. Do not take with MAOIs. High blood pressure, manic episodes, serious eye problems, and dizziness can occur. Report all medicines you take to avoid a life-threatening condition. Do not take Auvelity if you are or may become pregnant. Side effects can include dizziness, headache, diarrhea, feeling sleepy, dry mouth, sexual function problems, and excessive sweating.
Ask your healthcare provider if Auvelity is right for you. Visit Auvelity.com. That's AUVELITY.com. Or call 866-496-2976 for more information.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.